Opebiyi Abiodun Opebiyi. I'm a Nigerian. I'm 28 years. I live in Lagos, and I'm a graduate of Education and Social Studies.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started with this episode.
I'm from a family of, in fact, extra polygamous family. My dad had up to 6, 7 wives before he died.
And that is very interesting because it means you have a lot of people in the family now, people you can connect with.
I'm from extra polygamous family.
That's interesting. Your father had up to 7 wives.
Yeah, sure. He had up to 7 wives. Yeah, we are about 30 or thereabout.
30 siblings.
Yeah, thereabout.
That's great. That's great. That is enough to form a village.
maybe.
All right. So you were born in Lagos?
No, actually, I was born in my hometown. I was born in Ayetoro.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? We're interested in your story. Help us to understand that.
Actually, I was born in Ayetoro in Yewa North local government of Ogun State. That was in 1994. I was born into an extra polygamous family. I started living with my grandma before my auntie took me off from my hometown down to Lagos, down to Abeokuta. So that was when I was 5 years old. I will say something like I can say that I'm the only child of my dad, my late dad, that really went to school. I would say I'm the only graduate, yes, that served, that went to university, college of education. I'm the only one, and I've been very, 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 consistent with what I do.
So of this about 30 siblings, you are the light now to sort of help the rest. So if you are educated, I'm not saying those that are not educated, the Western style.
They are, but most are not serious.
Mm-hmm.
Not serious. My auntie had to come to my hometown then, and she took me away from my grandma then. So maybe she saw many good things within me. So she sent me to primary school, secondary school, my NC, and I had to struggle hard to pursue my degree program. So I'm a graduate, and I just finished my NYC last month. So that's what I term as endurance, and when you are we are striving to make things work out.
I'm trying to understand if there is anything that influenced you into doing what you are doing today. I mean, when you were still growing up, okay, you have left your place where you were born now to Abeokuta, correct?
Yes.
When you went to school. Is there anything there that influenced you to become a content creator, a writer, or things like that? Is it coming from a family? Is it because of the stories around you?
You will permit me to speak much on that. Yeah. Actually, my siblings are, let me say, most are less educated. Yes. Most didn't even finish their secondary school, talk less of going to the university. I love writing a lot. Like when I was in secondary school, I was let me say an art student. So I love government a lot. And there was this particular government textbook that we used back then, modern government by I can't remember again the name of the author. Solomon Ishefu. Yeah, Ishefu. Modern government. The the textbook, in fact, is just a very voluminous textbook, very voluminous, very voluminous. So, you know, being very voluminous, then it captured my mind towards, a point you could even explain. The author, in fact, the author explained, let me say, a larger volume of points, under a particular subject. And I took, interest in let me see, okay, let me just see how I can even try to even buttress my point. Now, what really inspired me into writing is when I was in Federal College of Education at Bekuta during my NC days. Obviously, it's an education institution. There was this my lecturer then, Dr. Gbenga Omiyefa. You know, he always, told us then that we should always write extensively if we want to get, A's, B's in a course then. You know, and citing scholars and all that. You know, I got to a point when I was so, encouraged to write. So it was Dr. Biafra that inspired me. Normally, I love writing. I love writing a lot. So it was from inspiration, like, okay, this man has told us we need to write extensively before we can get A. So that was how I started writing. Like, most time during the exam, you will see me collecting extra sheet, because I would want to write extensively and get my A. And when the result came out, I had my A in even other courses like that. So it was Dr. Miefa that inspired me in writing because whenever he comes to class, then it will be like you guys have to write to before you can get A or B in my course. So it was Miefa that inspired me. In fact, it was him and no one else. And again, there are things that surrounds me even till now that I will just look at. I have foresight and I have this I have this instinct like, okay, if I want to write, I can write to a very large extent. To a very large extent. Most times if I look at my family, if I look at the relation, I mean broad relationship between us, I want, even if I'm to write from the first child of my dad down to the last one, it will take me not less than 5, 7 years to write something about that. So situation around me, but majorly Dr. Miyafa inspired me, you know, to write extensively, content writing, anything, be it anything. If you ask me, Abiodun, can you write on this and this and that? I will say, okay, let me just figure it out. Once I figure it out and I have the imagination, you know, just give me a pen and white paper and I'll start writing. You be the
All
one to
right.
tell
So,
me.
so what do you enjoy writing about? Now you know how to write. Okay, to write for your exams, you get A. That's great. That is really very interesting. So I'm trying to understand. But what do you enjoy writing for? If you are not writing for exams.
I love writing about live live events, stories, and I love writing more about student unionism, leadership. I love writing more about I'm into education, so project writing, academic writing. When I was in school, I was into project writing then. So I had a lot of colleagues that will just come to me that, okay, Abiodun, allow me, please. this is my project topic. I want to write on this and that. And I had a lot of customers, a lot of clients then. I love writing on let me say academic writing, project writing. I love writing on stories like real life stories. I can just imagine, okay, it could be fiction, it could be non-fiction. I can write on like now I have a book that I published now. I can permit me to show you. I have a book
Yeah,
that I published.
sure. We are here for this time is yours. So yeah,
So I wrote this book in the year 2015.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It is topical issues in student unionism and the root cause of social vices in Nigerian tertiary institutions. Talk of violence, courtesan, student unrest, conflicts, riots, and the likes. So, and I had three contributing editors. Three. I have Professor Yemi Akegbejo Samson, the former Dean of Student Affairs at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. I have Dr. Jegede Olusegun and Dr. Miefa Olugbenga. So that's that. I also have unpublished novel.
I'm sure that there are some people out there who maybe do not understand what is meant by academic writing. And
Okay.
because you write on that, can you maybe clarify for us what is meant by academic writing and if it's maybe different from any other form of writing?
Yeah, it is different, and sometimes it is purely academics. When we talk about journals, we talk about a- academic articles, you talk about assignments, all those one falls under academic writing. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Journals, assignments, and you have types of assignments. You have individual assignments, group assignment, and all that. You also have field assignment and all that. So majorly, you can easily approach me and tell me, okay, you want to write a journal on this particular topic, and I can easily do it for you. Okay, you want to write on particular assignments, I can easily do it for you. Are you getting me? So that's just a layman in a layman definition. Academic writing is a writing that is purely based on academics. You know, yes, most time it could be something that okay that will at the end of the day you have a reward for it or not.
All right. So how can you benefit as an academic writer in the sense that okay you are right there in Lagos. How are you able to make money doing this kind of writing? Some people want to know about that.
I have clients, I have customers. Let me say, I have colleagues that still contact me. Okay, I have a friend at Federal University of Oye Ekiti. You know, he served there. So I think he's working for one lecture like that. Most time he would call me like, okay, Abiodun, I want you to write this thing. Like I want you to help me to write on this particular topic, purely based on academics. Our people, as we on strike, I'm not getting customers for now. Kowasu to on strike. I'm not getting anything. But when school resumes, like after the whole ASU strike and all that, whole strike, I will have customers, I will have clients that will still come to me, call me on phone. Okay, want to write it, want to write that. And there's this particular lecturer of mine when I was in school. Whenever he needs my assistance on, yes, he will call me. Hey, how far, Bobo? Where are you? Come meet in my office. okay, let's look at this together. So we will both look at it together. Journal articles that are purely education, like based on education, academics. So I still make my money small, small, small. So I'm still I still get in touch with my clients. The major issue I'm having now is that ASU is on strike. KUASU is on strike. So no students, or let me say anyone in academic line giving me any work for now.
Now, can you share with us what is actually the thing that you like more about writing? Does it give you any kind of joy, or are you doing it just for the money?
I'm not doing that for money. I'm doing that for future purposes. In the sense that I build a system, day by day. I getting me, and that system has been working for me, and I believe that system, that I'm building day by day, will surely speak for me in future. Money is not everything. Yes, I have friends that most time when they give me work, they just ask me, how much is your pay? I'll just say them, bro, don't worry. What of the days you've been giving me work and you've been paying me? Are you getting me? Yes, everything is not. Sometimes everything is not money. I had someone that was talking to me about 3 or 4 days ago that he he would need my help when I to go back to class, and he was asking me, okay, how much am I going to collect? And I told him straight, let that time comes. When school resume back after the strike, then we'll talk. So I was not desperate about that money. If I was, I would have negotiated. Okay, yeah, pay me. And when you pay me now and I'm not doing your work, and tomorrow you now come to me, oh yeah, okay, let's start something. And when I've already spent the money. So I'm not doing it because of money, but I'm doing it because of my future. I said it, I'm building a system day by day. Can you understand me? I'm building a system day by day. And
Can you
what I
tell us something more about that system? It is simple. We are here to share with people, share our knowledge, and to inspire other people to do something similar to us. Because in the online environment, there is a no for everybody.
okay,
But many people are here. They don't know why they are here. They don't.
okay,
They don't know how to figure out the system. No,
okay,
that it got into a time that we need to know that we are the one that will create our own jobs.
sure,
Creating our own job means you need to know what can you do. What is your area of expertise? Is
okay,
it singing that you can sing? There is somebody you can sing for. You
okay,
can you can prepare your song and give to somebody to listen to. Because
sure,
the person likes it, he will pay you, give you money. Of course,
sure,
give you money because he like what you do. You can
sure,
write for somebody, you can advise somebody, you can paint for somebody, you can do anything you know how to do at all can be
okay,
turned into money.
okay.
So in that respect, I'm trying to understand how do you describe your own system that you talk about so that maybe some other persons can learn from you and also create a similar thing for themselves?
Let me speak on. Okay, let me make a reference. Sorry, when I was in further level, my project supervisor happens to be Dr. Ekundayo. You know, throughout my, I got admitted to direct entry. You know, throughout my undergraduate, under his own course, it was always A, not until when we got to final year, first semester B, second semester B. So, and Dr. Kundayo intentionally went to the department, to pick my name from the list of project supervision and all that. That okay, you want to be that he will be my supervisor, rather. So, and at that, I fell under him project supervision. So on the long run, he was even referring my fellow project student under him. Go and meet Abiodun. Go and meet Olawumi. He will put you through. Go and meet, because he knew then that I was very, very, consistent on my project writing. I carried out my field work, everything, and all that. I didn't manipulate the questionnaire. I did some videos like that then. So he was very inspired. He was very happy. So he referred all my colleagues then to me. Go and meet Abiodun. He will put it through. He will put it through. That is building a system. Are you getting me? That is what building a system day by day. And even after we finished 2019, he still referred, Dr. Kundayo still referred many project students under him. Call Opebiyi, call him. Are you getting me? And those ones they will call me. Olawumi from Ekundayo, he said we should come and meet you. Then I had a small cafe then I was managing then in school. So that is building a system day by day. Are you getting me? So when you have referrals from people, it is because you have done good things. Hope you understand me. It is because you have done good things back then. So when people refer you, it's still building a system day by day. And now, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
So it's still building a system day by day. And I'm happy that I'm building that system. Though, I might not be having a lot of comments, likes on LinkedIn, but when it comes to, I have people that I talk to on WhatsApp that we talk on a normal day. Even on LinkedIn, I have a lot of DMs, like direct messages on my LinkedIn. We talk. So that is still the fact that I'm building that system day by day. Even you yourself, you've been building that system day by day now for a very long time, and you are still building. Hope you understand, and you are still building. So now you invited me to this podcast. It's still part of me building that system day by day, because while we're having this conversation, I know you will upload it to YouTube and all that. People will see it, and people that would have interest in this conversation, probably they will contact you. Oh, this guy, how do I get in touch with this guy? How can this guy help me write on academic or whatever, project write and all that? It's still the same, building that system day by day. So it's not something that you just sit down somewhere and say you want to start building. No, you have to start. You have to start something, right? Start writing something. Even if if it is not writing, at least you have something you'll be doing. Okay, now tomorrow now, I got a text from Lagos State Employment Trust Fund that have been selected. I will have to come for interview for a particular course that I applied for. So hospitality, yes, hospitality. So it's still the same, building that system day by day. By the time we start that class now, you know, I will write something on that. It's still the same, building that system day by day. That's how you build a system. Start something. When you start something, you are building a system. You are building that future. The future is not now, and the future is not tomorrow, which is the Thursday. No, the future is tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, talking of the writings that you do, does storytelling have any role there? Do you use storytelling in your writing? Can you say anything about that?
I have this unpublished. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
I have this unpublished novel titled "The Trial of a Student Union Leader." Yes, I combine both fiction and non-fiction because the novel talked about the embezzlement, corruption, in our student union government. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
I happen to be a live witness of the corruption and all that happened when I was in Federal College of Education, Abeokuta. So, I had to, okay, when the student union was inaugurated and when the union left office, there were a lot of corruption and all that, investment of union funds and all that. And I had to put it to writing. Yes. So I in my writing, storytelling, no, there's no how now. Storytelling is it's not when you say it, put it down. All these content creators, all these online content creators, all these Mr. Sabinos and all that, before they can go on set, like, okay, they want to do a skit or that, they will have putting something down now. They can't just go there and say, okay, you see this, you see that. Even though it can be like that. But the idea of, okay, let me just put this thing in paper. You are writing, while you are writing, you are telling a story. You are telling either a life story or you are just imagining, like imagination story. You understand me? So that's just it.
What about the strategy? Because one thing is to know story and to be able to have story to tell. Another thing is to be able to inculcate the story in a way that it can sell.
Okay.
Like I told you, we are currently working on a course that actually encompasses everything that we do here, which is about storytelling, how to use storytelling in your business.
Okay.
We believe it is very important that people learn how to use storytelling, not just learn how to use it, but use it correctly. That is what I'm trying to understand from you.
Okay.
What is your strategy of using storytelling in your work, in the kind of work that you do?
Yes, in the content that I create, most time when I sit down and I look at, I say the other one is, it could be imagination, it could be a real event. You know, when I sit down and I feel like, okay, I want to write something. You know, my first attention is, I mean, my first question is, okay, I want to get the attention of uh, people that will read my story. Most time, I don't really post on LinkedIn. When I have a particular platform on the WhatsApp group. I have lot of short story that I write. It's all about inspiration. It's all about inspiration. When I'm inspired, most time when I sit down, when I imagine something that, okay, let me just write this thing. So I will take pen and I will start writing. So in order to have more of content creation. So I don't just write for writing sake.
You're right. All right. Thank you for that. Now, how do you manage to remain consistent all across? Because you'll be doing it for a long time now, and you're still doing it. What helps you to remain consistent in it?
I read a lot of books. Yeah, I read a lot of books. As of yesterday, I was writing on a particular ex-girlfriend friend of mine that broke my heart. I was like, okay, this girl did this, she did that, and Mofe, this girl did this girl did that. You know, but let me just go straight to your point. I read a lot of books, and I'm very, very consistent online. I'm always active online. You know, not on LinkedIn alone, always online. I read from other people. Most especially, I read a Wole Soyinka's novel and all that. But in short, I read. When I read, it makes me to be consistent. It makes me to keep going, because you have to read other people's, articles, other people's story in order to be inspired. You get, you know, to write more. Because on a normal day, if you are relying on your own alone, I don't think you'll be able to get going. But when you read from other people, you read about their story and all that, it inspires you to keep going. You keep going.
Um, Now, how would you describe your work, the work that you do today? Say maybe for example, somebody meets you on the road and say, "What is your job?" What would you say?
I would tell the person that I'm a content writer, majorly project writing, academic writing, storytelling, and don't forget, I read education, a core one. So I would say I'm an educationist. You can call me a teacher, you call me a civil education and security expert. You can call me a social studies educator. I teach. I love teaching. I love teaching. I love teaching. Teaching is part of me. It's part of me. Aside teaching, aside teaching, I write project. I work on project writing, academic writing, storytelling, and the likes.
Now, for people that maybe see this interview now, they want to connect with you, to work with you. How can they reach you? I want you to use a few moments to tell people how to connect with you.
My phone number is plus 234 9037710143. Again, plus 234 9037710143. You also follow me on LinkedIn, Abiodun Opebiyi on LinkedIn. On Facebook, Opebiyi Abiodun Olawunmi. And I'm on Twitter at I am Prof Boone. I am Prof Boone. That I am Prof PROFBONNE.
We are here to connect, to bring people together so that they can do business. We want people to start earning more from what they know how to do.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for sharing with us today. What would be your final thoughts on the conversation that we have had?
My final thought on what we've had is one needs to be very, very persistent. I mean, consistent in whatever we do. You have to be, you have to strive the more. You have to endure. Find something doing, something legit, something meaningful doing. Don't just sit down and say, I want to make it. No, it's never done like that. You have to work. You have to build that system day by day. Start building that system now. Start building that system now.
Thank you so much, dear Abiodun. It has been a pleasure talking with you.
Okay.
Thank you. If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewafo. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you in the next episode.